Hello everyone, I'm Renown the Zero, and today we're going to be talking about the Walt Disney Company continuing their weirdo propaganda by bringing in drag show panels to Star Wars Celebration. Now, I'm glad I don't really support Star Wars like that anymore. To me, Star Wars is dead. There are only 6 movies. Anything after Return of the Jedi, or I should say Revenge of the Sith, really doesn't exist to me. Rogue One sucks. Solo lost money. And again, anything after that doesn't exist to me. Unless it's the EU, of course. But we're going to jump into this article from Bowling into Comics, written by John F. Trent. The Walt Disney Company's grooming propaganda continues. Star Wars Celebration to feature panel about drag shows. The Walt Disney Company made it abundantly clear the company has a agenda where it opposed a bill in Florida to prevent the teaching of these things from kindergarten to 3rd grade, and that agenda is still in effect as the company approved a panel about drag for the upcoming Star Wars Celebration. Probably has nothing to do with Star Wars and no one actually cares. Twitter user aka that gay Jedi announced that the Walt Disney Company, Lucasfilm, and Star Wars approved his drag panel titled Star Wars is a Drag. Let's just continue. Exploring Star Wars through the art of drag. For the upcoming Star Wars Celebration 2023 that is being held in London, England at the beginning of April. See, people have to spend a lot of money and they're allowing garbage like this to be at a Star Wars convention. The user wrote, I'm humbled, grateful, and over the forest moons to announce that my Star Wars Celebration panel with Pencil Scrathen and David Sigurani titled Star Wars is a Drag, Exploring Star Wars through the art of drag has been officially approved. We can't wait to share this with you all. Accompanying this announcement, the user also included a more detailed description of the panel, which states, quote, the long and rich history of drag has graced the world with entertainment, culture, political action, and so much more. No, it's graced the world with absolute garbage and shit. That's what it has done. It is no wonder, then, that today the art form has reached such a cultural significance. It really hasn't. It's for weirdos. That the truths and concepts of drag performance permeate countless aspects of our daily lives, including Star Wars. Well, you can keep that fanfiction garbage to yourself, because it's not Star Wars. Neither is Disney. It continues, some of Star Wars' very best characters embody various core principles of drag. No, they don't. Whether it's Din Djarin's drag as personal expression and self-discovery, no, it doesn't. Asajj Ventress' drag as queer rebellion, or Padme Amidala's drag as self-empowerment. Okay, none of those things are real. Stop. The relevance of drag even spills out of the pages and screens of Star Wars. No, it fucking doesn't. Stop putting your bullshit in Star Wars like Disney is. It flows through the fandom itself. No, it doesn't. Do hobbies like cosplay. That's not drag, you weirdos. That's not drag. Cosplay is not drag, you fucking weirdos. Stop acting like it is. A guy wearing a black cloak and looking like Darth Vader is not fucking drag, you weirdos. It concludes, while taking an introductory look at the history and function of drag in our world today, let's explore its thematic resonance and influential presence in everyone's favorite far, far away galaxy. It does none of those things. You are not a Star Wars fan if this is what you see in Star Wars fandom. You are not a Star Wars fan. You are a fan fiction propagandist who wants to put their bullshit, political nonsense, and weirdo shit into a space opera that has nothing to do with drag. As noted above, this shouldn't come as a surprise given the Walt Disney Company embraced a grooming agenda during their fight with Governor Ron DeSantis in the state of Florida at the beginning of last year. Amid that fight, numerous Disney executives revealed just how entrenched the grooming agenda was in the company. The executive producer for Disney Television Animation admitted that she had a not-so-secret agenda and was pushing it in her pocket for the Proud family. Of course, you're going to take something that's well-established from the olden days, and you're going to modernize it, essentially, with your weirdo identity politics. Of course you are. Glad I didn't watch that shit. This person said, in my little pocket of Proud family, the showrunners were super welcoming. Meredith Roberts and our leadership over there has been so welcoming to my not-so-secret agenda. Maybe it was that way in the past, but I guess something must have happened in the last they are turning it around. They're going hard, and then like all that momentum that I felt, that sense of I don't have to be afraid to have these two characters kiss in the background, because of course they got to take a children's cartoon and they have to sexualize fictional characters for children because you're weird. I was just, whenever I could, just basically adding queerness. Of course you were, because that's exactly what you have to do with children's cartoons nowadays. If you see anything queer in the show, no one would stop me, and no one was trying to stop me. Yeah, because Disney's full of a bunch of groomers. We all know this already. There's been many people caught doing bad things to children. Diversity and Inclusion Manager at Walt Disney Parks and Resorts, Vivian Ware, also noted that the company was actively removing gendered greetings at their parks, and that's why your parks are failing. Last summer, we removed all the gender greetings in relationship to our live spiels. That's why your parks are failing and losing to Universal. She explained, so we no longer say ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Those are the only two genders. Male and female. There's no other ones. We provided training for all of our cast members in relationship to that, so now they know it's hello everyone or hello friends. Oh my god. Just absolutely ruining everything that Walt Disney built. God. Please unfreeze him. Ware continued saying, we're in the process of changing over those recorded messages, and so many of you are probably familiar. When we brought the fireworks back to Magic Kingdom, we no longer say ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we say dreamers of all ages. Oh, Jesus. So I love the fact that it's opened up the creativity. It hasn't. The opportunity for our cast members to look at that. We have our cast members working with merchandise, working with food and beverage, working with all of our guest-facing areas where perhaps we want to create that magical moment with our cast members, with our guests, she said. Where then added, quote, we don't want to just assume someone might be, in our interpretation, may be presenting as female, that they may not want to be called princess. Jesus Christ, again, there's only two genders, you weirdos. So let's think differently about how do we really engage with our guests in a meaningful and inclusive way that makes it magical and memorable for everyone. Stop being fucking weirdos. It's the easiest thing in the world. Refer to people as male and female. And regular pronouns. Not this made-up genders and made-up bullshit that does not really exist. Those are mental illnesses. Can we stop fucking around? Disney CFO Bob Chapek also indicated the company will work around the Florida law. Even if it was enacted, they would teach kids about these things that they shouldn't be learning. In an email sent to Disney employees, Chapek, these are the struggles much bigger than anyone built in one state. Because parents don't want you teaching their kids about these things that they shouldn't know anything about. Let them be kids. I believe the best way for our company to bring that about that lasting change is through the inspiring content we produce, the welcoming culture we create, and the diverse community organization we support. This is something old. Later in the email, he noted, I firmly believe that our ability to tell such stories and have them receive with open eyes, ears, hearts would be diminished if our company were to become political football in any debate. Stop putting identity politics into children's shows and movies. This is why Strange World flopped. This is why Lightyear flopped. Because you keep on pushing this identity politics nonsense into children's movies. Powerful content changes hearts and minds only springs from inclusive cultures which not only attract and retain the best and most diverse talent, no it doesn't, but also give those employees the freedom to bring forth ideas that reflect their lives and experiences. No one cares. If they're going to do that, let it be content for adults, not content for children. We must work together to ensure Disney always remains such a place. Yeah, just, ruin the magical, idea that Walt Disney created as it to be a place for families to, take their kids to escape the real world. It's called escapism. After Bob Iger returned as CEO of the company, he also indicated Disney would continue this grooming policy outlined so clearly that by Chapek and Disney employees. Yeah. We also, when you tell stories, there's a delicate balance, he opined. You're talking to an audience, but it's also important to listen to an audience. It's important to have respect for the people that you're serving, that you're trying to reach, and not have disdain for it. Yes, because that's appease the woke mob who barely exists in the world. Percentage of alphabet community is super low, which is not what Walt Disney's company was built on. It was built on conservative values. He then stated that said, we're not going to make everybody happy all the time, and we're not trying to. Well, you should. You should try to make the people who are actual customers, not woke weirdos who have no money, happy. Shouldn't like going to lessen our core values. You've already lessened your core values because this was built by a conservative named Walt Disney to make everybody happy all the time. So it's complicated and there's a balance. Grooming kids, I'm not reading all that. But yeah, so they want to essentially continue on with this ideology to where they want to make kids confused as to who they are, and they want to groom your children into thinking they're somebody or something that they're not. So go ahead, Disney, burn it all into the ground. Continue to lose money. You just recently lost $1.5 billion in the last quarter. Continue to make garbage content. Continue to lose. And people will continue to support independent work that's not made by you. It's made by passionate people who don't want to indoctrinate children like you guys do. And that'll be the end of it. Eventually Disney will fall. They'll have to sell some assets. And that'll be the end of Disney as we know it. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate you. All your new subscribers, all the old subscribers, all returning viewers, all new viewers. If you do like the video, hit the like button. If you want to comment below what your feelings about all this are. Subscribe for more content, hit the bell for notifications, and set it to all. That way you get notifications anytime I post a new video. And I will see you all on the next one. Peace.